Mansa X or Oak Special Fund. These are two special funds are very similar to each other with very few notable differences, but I get this question so many times. Which is better, Mansa X or Oak Special Fund? Susan, where do I invest my money? Should I put it in Mansa X or should I put it in Oak Special Fund? So today we are doing a side-by-side comparison video to see if the differences are big enough to choose one fund over the other. So at the end of this video, you should know which one you would go for if you wanted to invest or if you're interested in investing these two funds. So let's get into it. And first things first, these two funds are regulated by Capital Market Authority. I like starting with this because it's the key to investment, yes, and they both fall under collective investment schemes, meaning that they collect money, or you and others contribute money and you give your money to the fund managers who will then invest the money on your behalf. In return, you receive interest either monthly or quarterly. So now we start our comparison with the fund managers. Mansa X is owned by Standard Investment Bank and Oak Special Fund is owned by Faida Investment Bank. Both these fund managers have been in the market since 1995 and are both investment banks, so that is more like a seniority. Both Faida and SIB headquarters are in Nairobi. SIB also has a physical branch in Mombasa, so if you are the kind of people who need to be there physically to open an account, you can check it out, okay? It's also good to note that Faida Investment Bank is the leading broker at the Rwanda Stock Exchange and has been involved in very notable works, especially in the stock market. Another thing that I would like to cover in this section is the fund custodians. They have the same custodian, that is I&M Bank. And now for those who have accounts in both of these funds, this is something you should consider. You need to know you also need to diversify further than the special funds because they are the custodian is the same bank. So if you already have an account with both of these funds, you should be having, or you should be able to diversify your investment further to just make sure that your money is protected, okay? And in addition to this, when we're talking about fund managers, I found something very interesting while I was doing my research. I found out that Ian Kahagara, who is the chief investment officer at Faida Investment Bank, or for Oak Special Fund, yes, used to work or was working for SIB till 2021. That he worked in SIB from 2018 to 2021 as a senior associate dealer. This means that although Oak Special Fund is still new in the market, the management was maybe a part of Mansa X, given that Mansa X is a key investment in SIB, Standard Investment Bank, and his role related to trading in currencies and market analysis. So maybe he was part of Mansa X, yes? I thought it was important to mention that because experience of the fund managers, experience of the people who are managing such a fund is very important, yes? So those are some of the highlights about who owns the fund, and now we can look at the fund themselves. So Mansa X has been in operation since 2018, while Oak Special Fund was launched in 2024. So if you're looking for track record, Mansa X is your fund, true? But don't forget what we talked about, the Chief Investment Officer of Faida Investment Bank, okay? Let's look at the performance. I will include Mansa X past performance, but we'll concentrate more on the 2024 returns and 2025 first quarter returns. In 2024, Mansa X return are 19.43%, while Oak Special Fund returns at 29.38%. These returns are net of management fee, or basically net of fees, okay? So in 2024, Oak Special Fund did better than Mansa X. And now let us look at the returns for 2025 first quarter, all right? First quarter of 2025, Mansa X did a return of 4.89%, And when this is annualized, it makes it a 19.56%, which is very close to what they gave in 2024. Yeah, for Oak Special Fund, they returned 4.66%, and when this is annualized, we get 18.64%, which is lower than what they achieved in 2024. And I would like to mention, or I would like you to note that annualized returns does not mean that is what they are going to give, or that will be their returns for 2025. We do this to just give a perspective, or for us to see the bigger picture, right? So for the returns of the first quarter 2025, Mansa X did better than Oak Special Fund, okay? Now, let us go to asset allocation and strategy. And for the strategy, these two funds utilize multi-asset trading strategy with long and short trading, as well as leverage trading, meaning they can make money even in volatile markets. And if you have not watched the individual videos for these funds, I have gone into more details about how these work, okay? Let me attach the screenshot for their asset allocation for both of these funds. And as you can see here, both the funds invest in global and local markets, and you can see they invest in almost similar things. Yes, so make sure that you go through this list and identify what is those differences and the similarities, because I believe that they invest in similar assets. All right, next we are going to look at specific asset allocation, and I have to say these two funds, they are well diversified and do not have too much of their assets or of their asset under management in a single risky investment, meaning that they have mitigated the risk well, and to add on that, they have the largest percentages in low risk investments. And you can see here from these screenshots, Oak Special Fund has more in government securities. It has 62%, so it has more in secure or low risk investment than Mansa X. Yes. Before we go to features and fees, I wanted to mention that Mansa X, they usually send a statement quarterly. And for Oak Special Fund, they send statements monthly. Okay, I think the next thing that we would like to look at is some features just to compare them. Okay, and from this table, I created this table so that you can see the differences side by side. So the first thing we talk about is fund inception, and I think we have already covered that. The base currency is for both of these funds, they have a Kenya shillings account and a USD account. For the Faida, or for Oak Special Fund or Faida Investment Bank, their USD account is called Faida Umbrella Fund. And then the minimum investment for Oak Special Fund is 500,000 Kenya shillings. The minimum investment for Mansa X is 250. The minimum top up for Oak Special Fund is 50,000. The minimum top up for Mansa X is 100,000. Both do not have redemption fees. The minimum lock-in period is the same, that is 6 months. Management fee for Faida or for Oak Special Fund is 6% per annum prorated, and for Mansa X is 5% per annum prorated. Okay, the performance charges for Oak Special Fund, it doesn't have a performance charge, but for Mansa X it has a 10% performance charge above 100, and the 100 is 25%. So anything you earn above 25%, you get charged 10% of it. All right, next thing is the assets under management. For Oak Special Fund, it's 2.71 billion Kenya shillings, and for Mansa X it is 47.29 billion Kenya shillings. My people, let me know in the comment section if this helped in choosing the best fund for you. Type yes if it did, type no if you are still unsure, and let me know what you would like me to look into to help you make that decision of which fund you should go for. Also remember, sometimes you don't actually have to choose one. You can always diversify and have the two funds if the amount you have allows you to do that. This way you mitigate the risk further and maximize the returns. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and let's all also watch this video on other investment opportunities here in Kenya. Thank you so much for your support and happy investing. See you in our next video.